light for mission launch. It ain't a Friday if there's no roll call Friday, huh?
Nope.
Well, the line's up.
Yes, sir.
They look good. That's as expected. We'll talk about it on the way up.
Alright.
That's on. Houston, this is Boston speaking. Mission launch for Roll Call Friday in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The book is Dave Sharapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are The Bostonian versus The Book.
You covered 12 covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus The Book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
Happy Roll Call Friday, boys and girls. What's up? It is a very special edition of the Bostonian versus the Book. Not only is it Roll Call Friday, but the book is on the East Coast. So we got to go to the bullpen, and we're tapping. And we got our boy E to come here to be with us. Here's how this show is going to go, guys. And by the way, we're live on YouTube at Boston versus the Book, live on Twitter at Boston versus the Book, replay at SiriusXM channel 159 and on Sports Grid Television, where I'll be on later tonight. No Dave, just me, Adam Kaufman filling in for Dave tonight. We are going to go with 30 minutes of E. James Santor of Rhythm will come in here. He'll do the other 30. And then I think Dave's going to try to make an appearance at some point during the show today. If not, I will do roll call in 1 hour. Solo roll call Friday. Me and the brigade will have some fun. Emerson, what is up? How are you on this Friday?
Gentlemen, ladies of the BVB Brigade, it is great to be back in your loving arms and inside your eyes and your ears, you sexy beasts. Damn, it is good. Also, my wife's out of town, so like,
there you go.
I'm in a daddy. I have no pants on right now. I am hot. The sun is shining. My dogs need to take a dump, so I'll get them out when we are done here. And I'm thriving. I am thriving. Last night, popped a couple gummies with the CVS. I'm trying to get into the damn freezer to get ice cream. CVS locks up everything here now. I can't do it. And it's like I'm in the mental state where it's like, man, I don't really want to talk to anybody. I'm just kind of like feeling myself right now. And then I'm like, hey, dude, can you help me open up the ice cream freezer, please? I said, why have you guys been? So why? Yes, I did. Why are you guys locking up the ice cream? And he's like, dude, I don't know. This is my third shift here. Like, I'm just here to help you out. And I said, all right, man. I hope you have a great day. This is the start of a bright future.
A Mallrats or something.
Yeah, really. I'm like, you got a bright future ahead of you, kid.
Clerks.
You hang in there and thank you. It's damn good to see you, man.
You
I've been
too.
jonesing.
Okay.
Jonesing to hang out with you guys.
Out of the gate. I love your stories. Perrault, can you bring up Emerson forcing his in-laws to sleep on his air mattress while they visited him and the wife? Did you really do that?
Yep. You're damn freaking right I did, Maddie. I shared it on Gojo and Golic on Monday morning.
Okay.
I was doing it for Jesse, who's going to be having a kid this weekend.
I mean, hopefully today. My gosh, I feel so bad for her.
Yeah,
Holy mother.
Sunday's the backstop. So like they'll induce her on Sunday if she doesn't pop by then. But we'll see. So yeah, my sister-in-law, who I'm marrying, by the way, marrying in May, on May 25th, the Saturday Memorial Day weekend.
You're officiating a wedding?
I'm a priest, bro. Yes.
Wow.
So
you're not a priest.
I know I went online and filled out some paperwork within 2 minutes. I think it was a real website. I have no clue. And I was ordained within like 2 minutes. I said, give him my name or whatever.
My uncle married me. So yes, it took him like an hour. So yes, it can be done quickly.
Dude. So she's in town getting like her dress fitted and all this jazz. By the way, May 25th, when I'm marrying her and her husband,
Yeah.
is my 11-year wedding anniversary. She chose the same date as my wife and I. And I said, Meg, your sister keeps trying to be you, Meg, and said, no, just shut her down. This is our special day. So anywho.
Wait. So Meg shut her down and Meg said, yes, it's okay.
No. Meg was like, it's not a big deal. It's not the same exact day. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's the same day, different year, whatever.
Same anniversary, though.
Yeah, same anniversary. And I said, what are you trying to do? I'm not going on like couples cruises with you and stuff for the rest of our lives, like whatever the hell you're thinking. So they come into town, you know, they're trying to save money for this wedding, you know, right. But it turns out that wasn't the case. So I'm like, your mom just bought a new car. Like, knock it the hell off, Marcia. Turns out she's like, I don't want to Uber and walk anywhere like by myself, like at night. And I'm just like, oh my God, grow up, woman. So yeah, I go to my buddy Brandon's place down a block down the road, grab his air mattress, put it in here. I have to work 5 a.m. Friday, 5 a.m. Saturday, 5 a.m. Sunday, 5 a.m. Monday, you know, before our morning shows. You get in there and you're prepping all that jazz.
Of course, yeah.
And I said, I'm sorry, Marcia, you're on the air mattress. It's a very nice air mattress. You click a switch on, you flip it on, and it expands, it inflates itself. And Caitlin, future bride, right there.
There's the couch.
Right on the couch.
I'm good with that. But mom, I mean, mom didn't get your bed. Woo!
Oh, dude, I'm not doing it. I have to work and put the family on my freaking back, and I'm getting early. I'm gonna.
Yeah, but what? I mean, you don't worry about like payback down the road, like
payback. Bring it, Marsh. You want to start a rivalry? I will start a rivalry with my mother-in-law.
Oh no.
I will find you, Marcia. I will find you. So it's like, it's uncomfortable. She slept right over, like the air mattress is right over there as you enter like our little small ass kitchen.
Okay.
And it's like, I have to like, I'm like stepping over her.
Right.
And
Yeah.
going to the bathroom at night. And she's a light sleeper and she's startled when she sees this like jacked silhouette of like a man walking towards her.
Half
and I,
in the middle of the night.
So here's the thing. This is another issue. Okay. I love to sleep naked.
Oh,
I sleep in the nude. Of course, they're here. I can't do that. I don't sleep as great. I don't sleep as great when I have clothes on. I get hot. I like the sheets. I like feeling it against my skin and everything. And so like I'm stepping over her. And it's like she could probably look up my sleeping shorts and stuff. And I'm like, you're welcome. And then it's like I'm coming back and it's just a headache. And my dad was the one who really convinced me. My dad said, hey, listen, it's like 2-3 nights. Like swallow it, be the bigger man, do the job. And I did. And the happiest
wait, the bigger man would have been to give her the bed, no?
No, I'm not going to be that big of a man. I'll be a big man, but I won't be that big of a man. The happiest I was in those 3.5 days there.
Yeah.
When they were here. I said, man, I said, let me drive you guys to the airport. So we're just driving to the airport. I said, man, it's been such a great time.
Love it.
Hanging out with y'all, man. This is it's such a short trip. Damn. Why couldn't it be longer? And I'm just like, I'll see you in May. You know?
While you officiate the wedding. My goodness gracious. So all right. So that's sleeping commando is comfortable, but not when the mother-in-law is around. That could be a little bit of a frustration.
I've walked in on her naked before.
Oh no.
In Buffalo.
Oh,
it was like 6-7 years ago. I'm pretty hammered because we've just been drinking all day. And I was looking, I forgot what I was looking for in her parents' like bathroom. I come storming in, not even thinking she's in there, and she's like, ah!
Oh no.
We got pretty close after that.
Yeah, you think? You see each other and you're like, oh, okay. See, everybody wants me to ask you about the green door because the green door has a policy where if the door is shut, you can't open the door. And if you do, you get thrown out. Have you ever heard
this? I saw it in your email and I'm like, I'm not going to Google this. I'm not going to Google it because I want to be surprised. What is it? Please tell me.
So I found this a couple of days ago because an influencer here in Las Vegas said, I found someone to go with me to the green door. And I said, why is it hard to find someone to go with you to a place that sounds like a bar, like the Green Door Bar? Why?
Yeah.
Why is that hard? So I went ahead and Googled the Green Door in Las Vegas.
Oh,
this is the most oftentimes I said Dave yesterday, I said there are places around the country that are very similar to Vegas. Like everyone has casinos. You guys have the Encore. It looks like the Baby Win here. It's a little replica of what we have here in Las Vegas. You have sports betting. You have horse racing. I don't think anybody has this. This is a legal sex club in Las Vegas.
Wow.
This is a legal.
Do you live pretty close to it?
I do not. It lives on the other side of town, but I live on West Charleston. This thing is on East Sahara, so it's on the other side of the strip, but it's only like 45 minutes away. It's not far. I could drive there easily. This is the place where it's open until 6 a.m. You join it like a social club. It is $100 a night for guys to walk in. There are couple areas where if a single person walks into the couple area, they get thrown out. There is a couples plus one area where you can go and experiment yourself and have a good old time. So my question to you is, have you ever been in an environment where you're like, how did I get here and why am I here? In terms of that, because I have a story I can tell you about that. Because I have had one. I didn't tell Dave about it yesterday, but I can tell you about it.
No, I actually no.
Good for you.
I haven't. I know. No, I don't think I have.
In New Orleans,
I don't think
I was hammered on Bourbon Street one night. And I was with a guy. I was with a guy who I didn't realize that like when he drank heavily and got to that point, like all inhibitions came out. Like he just like everything about him just like he just came completely and totally like, here we go.
Like an open book? Like
an open book, like the fact that he was married and yet he had a really big thing for African-American women. And his wife's not African-American. And he would like say this loudly.
Did he also have a really big thing? If you know what I
don't think so. No,
okay.
I don't think so.
Should have accidentally bumped into it.
We're on Bourbon Street and he's like, I found a place that we have to go. And I'm like beyond blasted. Like I'm not sober by any means. You could take me.
Yes.
I was like, sure, let's go. He's like, I got a place we can go. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, that's fine. I ended up like, we're walking, whatever. I'm drinking still, we take a corner. We go down this alleyway. We go through this like back door that looks a little bit like, where are we going? I was like, whatever, this is fine. Yeah. So we end up going, we walk up these stairs. We walk down this like narrow hallway and take a right. And as we take a right, we're up high. We're like up high, looking down upon mattresses. On people having sex.
Air mattresses?
No, real mattresses on people having sex right in front of us. And I'm looking at like full blown, like, and his eyes go right to you. What he was there to look at. He went right in. He was in heaven. And I don't know, she was probably like 45 years old at the time. She was not young.
That's a good age.
She was not, I'm 46. I think I was 28.
Yeah, you're doable.
I'm like, oh my goodness gracious. And I don't know what to say to this because I'm like, one, I don't want to be perceived to be insensitive. Two, this is not my scene. Why am I here?
Yeah.
Three, I'm too drunk to know where to go. Like, I don't know how to get out.
You go down to the mattresses. That's where you go, Matt, when you're hammered in that situation. So narrow hallways are always a good idea.
So I left him, right? I turned around and I left and I went to a bar across the street. I don't know what he did. All I know is he came out about an hour and a half later with his hair disheveled, his shirt untucked. I was like, I don't want to know. He's like, good, because I'm never telling you. He's a married guy. He's like, I'm never telling you.
What did he smell like?
Nothing like you'd want to ever smell. This is like 3:00 in the morning on Bourbon Street. Like this is, I was like, I have never been in a place where I felt, because like the mattresses were all there. There were no sheets on the mattresses. They were just like
of course not, unless you know,
no sanitation, nothing, like just
help out or something.
I mean, literally, there were like 3 beds. I was like, okay, now I know something about you I never wanted to ever know, and I have a secret that I can't even I didn't see it, so I can't say he did it. And yes, he is still married. In case you were curious,
yeah,
this person,
I know.
This person is still married, and this person does. And I'll never say the name publicly as to who he is, but I was dying laughing. I was like, man, I learned something about marriage. I learned something about certain people need to get certain, things off that they can't do at home. They come to Birmingham, they go to Bourbon Street, and they happen to go and find it in weird places that this is like, I guess we had the internet on our phones, but nothing like now where you'd be able to Google something in 2 seconds and pick it up. So yeah, I don't think
I'm excited for the Super Bowl to be in New Orleans next year.
I forgot about that. I wonder if I can find that place.
Let's go, Maddie. You and I just head to the mattress club. If we go there, I'm bringing sheets, Matt. I'm not.
There was a club. The other time I did this was, my friend and I were in California, and I think it's closed. There's a place that was called Bed in California, a strip club called Bed. And I didn't know, I didn't know it was a brothel. Like, it was a straight up brothel.
Did another friend bring you there?
This was my other friend, a different friend.
What kind of friends do you have?
He was not.
They sound super horny.
We were two dudes. We were going to the strip club. Like, his girlfriend at the time, she drove us. She's like, Maddie's in town. Like, let's go to the strip club. It just opened up. It's noon. Like, let's go. And I was like, all right. So my friend and I went to the strip club. She was picking us up. It was all cool. We got in there, and they handed you a menu, and I was like, get the menu, and I was like, huh. Interesting. Okay. And
you're like, man, I hope they have fries.
Right. So this time I looked up. We were on the bottom floor. When you looked up in this place, each individual champagne room had a bed in it. That's why it was called Bed, because the lap dances happened on a bed. So I was like, I asked one of the girls, I was like, can I ask you a question? I was like,
yeah.
What's the over under the number of times that that lap dance turns into, and she smiled and she goes, it depends on how much you got to spend.
Ooh, that's a good answer. It's a businesswoman right there.
Basically, you could pay for whatever you want in that environment. We stayed for 2 drinks and I was like, man, this is awkward. We got to go. It was a straight up brothel. So those are the 2 times I was in areas where I was like, yep, I shouldn't be here.
Oh my God, big man. I would like to meet some of your friends.
I got crazy friends.
We'd have I think we can all pick up on that.
I got crazy friends. In South Carolina, I went to the craziest strip club of my life in South Carolina. That's not even the craziest story. The craziest story is definitely there was a girl there that was called Cowgirl, who had the biggest, pair of that you would ever dream of, and
arms.
We still laugh about it to this day because my friend fell in love. He wouldn't leave. He spent 3.5 hours with her.
We all and BVB Brigade. You tell me too. We all, I feel like, have that one friend who goes to a strip club and falls in love.
Yes,
and it's like. And the last time, I have a friend who I've been to a few adult establishments with, and it's that friend who falls in love. Every time we leave there, I don't see him for hours when we're there. I'm the dude I'll sip on this one cocktail for 2 hours. I've got 3 $1 bills. I'll sit in the back and just enjoy the show.
Right.
This guy's like, let me clean out my checking account and I'll see you in 3 days. And then you find him the next morning, he wakes up, he's hungover as hell, and he's like, I've got no more money for the trip, man. But and he's like, but I found her on Instagram, and I'm like, no, put the freaking phone down, dude.
Oh, it's so true. It's so because in the Instagram is always fake anyway, but that's yes. In Vegas, that is an absolute thing you got to watch out for, though. Is the guy that gets totally taken, and then he goes and actually hunts her down, finds her Instagram, tries to see, and then the next night she's like, I don't know who you are. Who are you? Why are you here? And the guy's like, what do you mean? We were together all last night. And she's like, we don't really care. So just where we are. So
Jay knows what I'm talking about. My move at the strip club, kind of lay low. Maybe if I'm hammered enough, I rip a dart or two because. Drunk darts don't count. Mike says, I've never been to a strip club. That's okay. It's not too late. But I was talking to Mike earlier today. Mike lives near Busch Gardens there. And was it Williamsville, Virginia? I don't know. What is it? Williamsburg, Virginia.
Okay. Dave's in Murfreesboro.
Okay. Is that close to that? I don't know.
Hour and a half away, I think it is.
Okay.
From Davis?
Yeah. So did Dave have to fly Spirit last night? Is that what I saw on Twitter?
Did he really?
dude, he put up like
he flew a red eye in Spirit to the East Coast.
Yeah, so I'm sure like only half of his luggage got there, you know.
Right. No, you can't take Dave doesn't normally take luggage on a single day. Like I'm debating that. I'm having the same debate because I'm flying to Chicago for my birthday in April. Well, it's like
April what is it? April what?
4th is my birthday.
Oh.
So why?
That's a great day.
Yeah. So 447.
You're gonna go to the green room?
No, going to Chicago, but I'm going there for 3 days. And like, I'm only taking a bag. Like I'm only taking like a, just like a roller bag. So I'm like, if I'm only taking me, I don't care where I sit. It's a 3-hour flight. It's not a big deal. Do I need anything besides just a seat? Because Spirit, I can fly Spirit to Chicago for like $100. It's like round trip.
Okay. So listen, gonna be honest. Never flown it. All I hear from my friends who have are horror stories. So that's enough. And then it's like every fight I see in an airport is outside a Spirit gate.
Yes, but going out of Vegas,
I don't want to get
Vegas anywhere. Spirit out of Vegas isn't bad because everyone's too hungover. They're going home. Spirit coming to Vegas is a major problem. That's your problem. Because people literally want to kill each other. They're wasted, drunk. They're all hyped up on drugs and everything else. They can't wait to get out there and party and rage. And then somebody like elbows them wrong. And it's like, you look at me wrong and someone looks at them wrong. And then all of a sudden you start to see some big, huge brawl. So yes, it's always Spirit. We're never coming to Vegas. It's never leaving Vegas though. It's always coming to Vegas.
Leaving Vegas. I mean, the last time I was there for my bachelor party, it's 11 years ago this month.
Wow.
Last time that's right. And I did not go to a strip club when I was there.
Really?
And I remember leaving there, and I remember The Walking Dead in the airport. And it was, leaving a bachelor party. Of course it is. I was so hungover. It was the first time I've told someone to please stop talking to me. When I sat down on the plane, there was a lady, I was taking a direct flight to Fort Lauderdale. This lady was very excited. She was from Las Vegas. She was excited to go see families, be on the beach a little bit. And she's just like, blah, 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 check it. And I'm just leaning against the window. And I'm just like, yep. And eventually I said, hey, listen, I do not want to come off as a dick.
Yeah.
I left, 3 days of a bachelor party. I haven't slept. I've made nothing but bad decisions for 72 hours. Would you mind if I just got a little bit of like peace and quiet here? I may just need to like rest and close my eyes for a little bit. Multiple times I thought I was gonna have to get up and throw up. And I did not. I did not, because I'm a man. I don't throw up.
That's the worst feeling ever in a plane.
Yeah.
That is, But did she shut up or did she keep on talking?
She did. She was super cool. She's like, oh my God, honey, like I know how you feel. And she's like, that is fine. If you need anything, like let me know. Right. And it was hot on this, like, I think it was a Southwest plane. I don't know. I can't remember. It was hot, AC. So it's like you're hungover, you're sweating. It's like this woman probably doesn't want to sit next to me because I probably smell like Sasquatch. And I'm like, I was in a club like 2 hours ago. I woke up, there was a half-eaten cheeseburger and chili on my chest. Yeah. I think the Imperial Palace was still around then. So I may have made a few mistakes in the Imperial Palace.
Sonic wants to know, do you say the same thing to Julian pretty often? Like, stop talking to me.
Yeah. No, actually, a lot of people at work say, stop talking to me more than I do to them. And I say, you know what? I'm going to disengage from this conversation. I'm going to be the better man, All
right. Let's get to a couple quick topics before we get to James Santora from Rhythm.
What do you mean? We've already hit a couple quick topics.
Yeah, but like, real topics for the program.
They're real topics to me.
What's the feeling on the ground for the Celtics? You're in Boston. They're laying 9 tonight against Dallas.
Okay. So I'll tell you what the feel is. The feel is Luka playing or not?
Okay.
Is there been any update on that? Because the sprained ankle, right? He sprained the ankle the other night against Toronto. So I don't know if there's a feeling one way or another that they're going to play. You see them on the money line. What were they on DK Sportsbook? I just checked a while ago.
It's got to be.
What are they now? So plus 310. But like, what the book probably feels like he doesn't feel like he will at that number.
I'm looking at a video of him shooting half-court shots and then punting a ball that he missed directly into the suite section in Vegas. Okay. At TD Garden. So I'm going to guess and say that Luka's playing.
All right, yeah, because he play and listen, he plays through stuff all the time, doesn't he?
He does.
So
yes.
I do think in a way, and I'm just talking with a little bit of my sports goggles on.
Okay.
You maybe sprinkle a little bit on the Mavs, like especially if you have like a free bet or something like that. Like because
money line or +9.
No, money line, absolutely. Like if you feel like Dalray to be different, but they've won 2 out of the last 3 in this building. The Mavericks have.
Yeah, the total is coming down at 237.5, which is coming surprising. You guys at DraftKings have it at 237.5. You're down to 9 at DraftKings. So it was 9.5. Now it's 9. So there is some money coming in late on the Mavs to drive the money, to drive this down. I don't mind it. I mean, 9 points, Boston. This number is too heavy. This number is too high.
Yeah, it does feel like it, so is Porzingis going to have like the revenge like on the mind too?
That's a good point.
Do you know what I mean? And he is the sole difference of why this team, I am fairly confident, Matt, will finally break through. And
I agree with you, but he has to be healthy.
Dude.
He has to be healthy.
Yeah, like wrap his ass in bubble wrap.
I agree.
Do whatever it takes. He needs to be healthy for the playoffs. He's been such a tremendous addition, dude, to this team. And like you being a Boston guy, you keep an eye on him and stuff like that. Like, he is the one missing piece like that they needed. And then like Mazzulla learning how to call timeouts like towards the end of last year also like helped. It was like when Joe Mazzulla learned how to call timeouts was like when Happy learned how to putt. It was like,
yeah, it was. Yeah, here we go. I think it's gonna be. I said to Dave, and I'll say it to you. I think it's true. If Boston's not in the final, something went horribly wrong. Like something really, really went awry for them not to be in the NBA Finals. Just given the weakness of the Eastern Conference, but that also scares the hell out of me because Boston has been known. Jason Tatum has taken a lot of heat for this. When they're the front runner, they tend to not perform well when they are expected to perform well. But he's 25. People always forget this, even in Boston, because he's been around for so long. He's 25. Like, he hasn't really even hit the NBA prime yet. He's got 3 years left before he gets to that, quote, NBA prime. So, like, everyone needs to just, if they don't win it this year, it's not the sky is falling type of situation. But given what the Bruins did last year, the Patriots going nowhere, the Red Sox sucking, a lot of the water's being carried by the Celtics right now.
Jesus, dude, you're telling me, man. Like, I would love. So I've seen in 8.5, almost 9 years here. I've seen one Sox parade, and I've seen 2 Patriots parades. The city is super freaking fun on those days. So I would love to see a Celtics one. I still haven't even been to a game like this year because it's dude, tickets are ridiculous. Crazy expensive, man, especially with how like good they are. And
I mean, 08 was a long time ago. I mean, 08 was a long time ago. It was a long time since Banner 17, like people thought like Pierce would win more than one. They thought, I mean, they only almost had 2. They lost the second year, didn't go back to back.
Yeah.
This is now because they re-signed both Brown and Tatum. This is now their time. They got Porzingis. Like, this is now the time. And Joe Mazzulla, second year guy. Now is your time.
It has to be. And even DeJuice says, like in the chat, shot selection is my only issue with Tatum. I agree. He's had some issues with that. There's times where he's like disappeared, like down the stretch. Few of the losses this year, the team tends to not like really show up in big moments against big teams. But unfortunately, with how stacked this team is, it's kind of like a low-key super team. You really look at some of the pieces on this team.
Yeah. Derek White's the most underrated player in the NBA.
Absolutely. But I think because the team is so good around Tatum, which is a big reason Tatum hasn't been getting maybe the national love he deserves for it being in the MVP conversation.
Yep, I would agree. Before we let you go, we get James Santor on here. Are the Patriots going to trade out of the 3rd spot, or are they taking a quarterback?
Okay, so I saw the latest report. I saw the latest report yesterday from Mass Live. I forget who it was that like there's like a 3-step process here. They want to go quarterback at 3. They want to
lineman at go second round.
No. They want to. I'm just talking the quarterback position alone. They want to go quarterback at 3. They want to go out and grab like a veteran to help potentially for a year or 2. Okay. And then
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones is the 3rd piece of like their quarterback game plan is to trade him off. Okay. And did you see the video of him working on
no look passes?
No look pass. And so many comments were like, what do you mean? Like, Yeah. There's the Mahomes thing, and people are like, no, that's where the ball goes, like anyway, where he's looking like elsewhere, just completely crapping on the guy.
I like Mac Jones a lot. I like Mac Jones, but he's a career backup. He's, Brian Hoyer 2.0. Like, he's going to have a long career holding a clipboard, making a lot of money, and there's nothing wrong with that. He's just not a starting quarterback in the NFL or a top 15 starting quarterback, which you have to be a playoff contender. Do you have any opinion on Daniels versus May? Do you care who winds up getting picked? You're there.
No, not really. All of a sudden you have a lot of people starting to carry the water for Jalen Daniels too. Like all these stories like come out this week, and all these analysts all of a sudden start hitching their wagon to like one player, which can help or hurt them also in years to come. Like if Orlovsky coming out yesterday and saying Daniels should be number one overall, I said, okay, I don't know how many people are in that camp with you. You may be on this Daniels like island alone, but you're going to look great if this dude thrives. And maybe Caleb Williams doesn't meet the expectations that we think, but you really have to judge these guys like years into it. Like I felt really good about Trevor Lawrence in year 2, but then like last year, I'm like, that was like really rough, but he had a makeshift offensive line in front of him.
You guys drafted him though out of Clemson to play near and in the same weather environment that he played college football in. Caleb's going to go to Chicago. Like he's going to the Bears. Unless
like Washington does something, and I don't know what the Bears are going to want if you're just going from like 1 to 2 here, but you can still get a good quarterback at 2, but how bad Washington wants Caleb Williams because of him being like from there and stuff. And then everyone talking about Atlanta being the favorite. Then if the Chicago does get rid of Fields, you train to Atlanta because he's from, I think, Alpharetta, Georgia, which is right outside Atlanta and stuff. So I don't know whatever the Bears decide to do, take one of those top 3 quarterbacks in the draft, or
they can't trade Fields. You can't trade the number 1 pick back-to-back years. You can't do it. You can't. But like my point is the Bears, they have to get this right. There is no swing and miss on this. Bears, Commanders, Patriots, all 3 have to get it right, or it sets you back 5 years. Like you have to hit. You have to hit. You can't miss. You have to hit.
Honestly, this may be a hot take right now.
Okay,
and it's unfortunate because I don't think next year's quarterback class, according to what I've read, is nearly as strong as this year. It's going to be tough to match the strength of this year's class. I'd go Marvin Harrison Jr. If you're the Patriots, he's there at 3. I would honestly do that. And I'd go get like a Baker Mayfield, which Doug Kyde reported today that there's some people very high on Baker Mayfield.
I am.
Patriots organization.
Okay. How could you not? He's tough as nails. He makes the big throws. I love Baker Mayfield. I've always been a Baker guy. I hated the fact that he did too many commercials and was overexposed with the Browns. But I love with the Bucs. I love what he did last year with Tampa, and I'd take him with the Patriots and then look to develop somebody else in the future or try to find your next quarterback somewhere down the line. I like Drake May. I've been the Pied Piper for Drake May for a long time. I'm concerned about Drake May playing in New England. I'm really concerned about Caleb Williams playing in Chicago. I think weather matters. I think, the environment you're going to play in. I mean, Brady was a California kid, but he played at Michigan. So he played in the cold. So that's my problem. If you're not used to it, it's a big deal.
Would you be worried? Would you be worried about Jaden Daniels playing here then?
Yes,
in
absolutely.
New England? Okay,
100%. Okay. And also, Jaden Daniels is the same problem here in terms of like what we've talked about with other quarterbacks, even Mac Jones. When you play with number 1 wideouts, with first-round pick wideouts, you look pretty damn good. I mean, what makes Michael Penix such a hard guy to evaluate is the receiving core was so damn good for Washington. Like, how good is Michael Penix really?
That's a good point, because I think that's why the track record of Alabama quarterbacks in the NFL is not very good. You literally have a dude under center playing on what is essentially a collegiate all-star team. And I know Mac Jones came in and was an all-pro, was a Pro Bowler at least his first year here.
Right.
That's because also people forget the 10 people ahead of him dropped out.
Yep.
And he kind of slid into there. Right. And Jones did get kind of shafted here. So if he gets an opportunity elsewhere, I'll be interested to see if he can get some consistency from the offensive coordinator position. Dude, you had a defensive guy calling the plays and a special teams guy as his quarterback coach. Like, I can't argue that he got shafted and Bill screwed him over in year 2. And then the whole Bob experiment at offensive coordinator, you're thinking, oh man, maybe weren't they together in Alabama?
Yeah. No, they didn't overlap, but they had similarities with the offenses. So yes, they
Yeah.
knew similar people, but yes.
And like that just didn't work out. But
No.
I'm interested to see how Mayo handles this. He kind of took a backpedal a little bit when he's talking about in free agency burning money. He's like, I kind of, worded that the wrong way, because fans here, after you go 2 decades, multiple Super Bowls, you had the goat at quarterback. They're jonesing. They don't want another like dog crap season here. They want a winning team again. And it's tough. It's really tough. You got to strike gold like almost like the Texans did if you're going to kind of turn a program around, a franchise in the NFL around overnight.
You are the best. Thank you for doing this. We appreciate it.
I love you guys.
We'll have you on again very soon. All right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
thanks for talking so much, moist sex with me on mattresses and the green room and the special knock when you go to the couples door. I appreciate it.
Only love for you, my friend. Thank you. Emerson
I love
Latzia
you.
joining us.
BBB Brigade. Love you guys and gals.
Emerson Latzia is joining us here on the Bostonian versus the book here. Okay, let me drop there. And look who's here, boys and girls. Right from E to James Santor from Rhythm joining us here on BBB. How are you, sir?
Great. That was a hell of an ending there. I don't know how to follow up I don't even know what do you say, moist something like that was, man.
We were having a long conversation that we will spare you from having because
I was listening. Yeah.
It's a touch awkward, but it was all in good fun. All right, I got a lot of things to talk to you about, a lot of cool things to talk to you about. Yep. I didn't show you this on purpose because one of our brigade members decided to go and get the app, download the app, started using the app. And this is what he did in his first couple of days of using the Rhythm app. Let me pull this down and you can kind of walk people through this a little bit here. Oh, sorry. Hold on. That's not the right one. That's the right one. And I want to pull the banner down. Okay. He went and had himself a nice little weekend in college basketball. One day, $114 in profit. His first 7 days using the Rhythm app, $577 in profit.
Okay.
Killing it with the Rhythm app. Game changer. What am I looking at here? If I'm looking at the app for the first time, this is what the app will do for you. It'll track what you're doing.
Well, basically, it seems like this user, I guess Joseph, shout out to Joseph. Basically, what happened was that he created models with Rhythm. He chose those recommended bets, and he's been kicking ass since. So I love to see that. I think that says 16, 6, and 1. So that's a pretty damn good sample size to say, hey, this is working pretty well. So basically, again, if you're somebody looking at this for the first time, you can either create a custom model by pressing personalize a model, or you can literally just press add a Rhythm AI model, and it creates a model for you in seconds. So again, pretty awesome to see somebody having success like that. We're just trying to make it really easy for you to be able to have action on every game. So that's a great example of somebody kicking ass already. So I love to see it.
So he's coming in. I appreciate Joseph sharing that with us and going ahead and showing that. So I want us to go through some NBA props tonight because I got to find 4 NBA props to bet tonight. Okay. So I decided to pull this down so people can kind of take a look at when you go to the application and you pulls up this. Now, this is, for some people, it's a lot of information, but I wanted just to show this up there because this is the best prop bets you guys do for the NBA, right? This is what you look at when you get the app open?
Yep. And actually, hopefully in a few hours today, we'll be releasing graphs in addition to this. So when you click into one of these recommended props, you'll actually be able to see the historical stats. So I think I prefaced this last time, but that's going to be huge when you can see a recommended bet like a CJ McCollum over 2.5 threes. And then you can just tap in and see how many threes he's hit in the last few, different weeks. So or last few games. So it's going to be really cool to tie these things together and really just help bettors win more.
So I'm new. I download the app. I go get the Rhythm app. I get the 2-week trial. I'm coming into using now. I want to just, how does the AI tell me? What does these percentages and what do the green stars mean on the right-hand side?
Basically and this is why you see some names that you may not traditionally bet. Like, I don't know how many people are betting on Isaiah Stewart or Zaire Williams on a normal night, but that's exactly what Rhythm is here for. So basically, it allows you to basically Rhythm does this for you, but it searches across all the lines, all the different sports books and says, hey, these are the opportunities where we see an efficiency in this bet or a line inefficiency in this bet. So again, like that CJ McCollum, that's saying that based on historical data, based off of all of the different lines and the predictive analytics on our side, it's saying that this is a great bet. So that's basically what the green stars do, is doing all that work for you and making it really easy to find those. And again, the order is based on, again, it's actually going to be called DTM, which is basically the same thing as Edge, but we're going to describe a little bit further in the app. But again, what we do is make it really easy to find those best bets, not just the big names, not just the LeBrons. It's trying to help you find those random bench players who are going to have 7 points and win you a lot of money because there's a ton of value on it.
So does the green star mean anything, or just means it's a good play?
It's really a way to just kind of help you find those good plays. So there's also caution signs, and a caution signs, they're really more saying, hey, this may seem like a really good bet. It just means do a little bit more research. There could be something not baked into the model that's causing this to be such a high win percentage or DTM percentage. So
interesting. So when that percentage is how often it's hit, or how often the bet is being projected to hit?
So the win probability is just kind of, again, that's something that's just giving you, again, the implied win probability across all the data. But basically the DTM, or what's currently Edge, is showing you basically like the number against all the lines. So it's finding the best value across all those different prop bets for you across all the different lines. So
interesting. It's really fun. I'm having fun with this because not everyone, people are going to find their own ways to use it, right? Joseph was using it for college basketball.
Yeah.
I'd be using it for NBA player props and sort of coming through and trying to build the model out. But the AI spit out is pretty easy. I mean, that's pretty fun because it gives you like 10 or 15 bets. You can go do your own research off of that and say, all right, the model likes this. Do I agree with the math?
Exactly. And that's why I think when we add in these graphs to make you not have to do any research outside of the app, honestly, it's going to really tie everything together. So, I mean, I know personally, like the way I look at rhythm, the best way, if you're a super data-driven bettor and you've already been creating models, this may not be applied to you, but for maybe the general bettor that's using the app, that's looking just for the best tool out there, this is somebody sitting at a bar where there's like 15 different TVs on, a different game on each TV. And it gives you a way to have either a different game or a different pick or player prop for any single game. And again, giving you recommended bets based on your custom models from, again, AI or your own. And again, lets you just find those picks really easily, but have some backing to them instead of having to go search for, whatever. Mm-hmm. So it's trying to make people's lives easier and also give them a data-driven approach to be able to do so.
Somebody asked me this, and I can't answer it. Maybe you can, but the recommendation off of the AI model, what is the information going into that? Or is that just the probability of the bet hitting, or has it hit at that number a higher percentage of times? And that's why the AI recommendation coming out.
Yeah. So basically what we take is, so we work with Sport Radar, who does all of the biggest, leagues, teams, everybody. Sport Radar is kind of like the Amazon of sports data. So we have all their data, and what we do is we run it against, our data scientists have created like algorithms that say, hey, these models, when, again, you focus on 3-point percentage or, possession of, offensive possession, whatever it might be, those data points. If you run that across 3 years of data, which is where the AI comes into play, where it's, again, like working that in hyperspeed, that's where it says, hey, again, I have like Brandon Ingram up right now. So over 1.5 3-pointers, that's saying that over the last 3 years or whatever the most available data that we have, that's a good bet based off of the teams he's playing, based off of if it's a home game, an away game. Again, the strength of the team that he's playing. There's so many different factors going into it, but that's the beauty of the back end of Rhythm. It's doing all that hard work for you instead of people that are traditionally doing this in Excel spreadsheets or trusting a handicapper that's doing this themselves. We're really trying to add transparency to that and let anybody use this type of data.
So did Juice, hold on. There will be a code coming on the screen here in a second for you to be able to download this, be able to go and use the Rhythm app and check it out. Addison's asking about hockey. Is hockey potentially on the horizon at some point anytime soon? I know golf's coming soon, right?
Yes. Yeah, golf's coming. So we have 2 things coming. Well, 3 things with the graphs coming hopefully later today. The next thing that'll be coming before golf is a March Madness bracket generator, which would be awesome. So it'll tie to your models and it'll give you, again, based off of your models. If, let's say you create one that's like a 3-and-D model, your bracket will be geared towards a 3-and-D team in March Madness. So it's going to be pretty cool. We had people that, again, they had UConn and San Diego State and who was it? FAU,
Florida
FAU.
Atlantic. Yeah.
Yeah, FAU. They had some of them in the Final Four. They had people that had UConn winning. So
Wow.
the bracket generators will be free for everybody, but again, work better because they're even tied to your model. So that's pretty cool.
That's interesting. Now I got to ask you. So what we are considering, we are potentially, we're not going to do a bracket challenge because everybody else does bracket challenges. Yeah. We're going to do a round by round challenge where basically every round you have to make predictions, and we probably will just do it straight up. We might do it versus the number, but probably not. Probably just do it straight up. Will that bracket generator only work before the tournament begins, or will it work in tournament as well?
Before the tournament begins.
Okay, so it's going to play it all out, project it over the six rounds.
Yes, but that's the beauty of Rhythm, though, because you'll be able to have for every game during March Madness a way to have action on that game and get, again, even for whether it be money line, spread, total points. So you'll still be able to get your traditional game picks for March Madness to pair in tandem with the bracket generator. So, it's not like that's kind of how I think somebody that if you're using something that's like round by round, you would basically just take your existing bracket and then pair that with whatever Rhythm's predicting for those specific matchups as it proceeds.
So Nate has a question. He says, are there models already in the system, or do we have to input all the information themselves?
Totally up to you. That's why we try to leave it up to the person. So you can create custom ones yourself if you want to, or you could just press add Rhythm AI model and it literally does it in seconds. And I recommend people doing that 3 times, whether it be creating their custom ones or just pressing the button to add a Rhythm AI model, because the more data, the more models you have, that's more validation for yourself as you're looking to like pair things together. It's called ensemble modeling when you have multiple models that agree on a bet. And that's what Rhythm makes it so easy to do that, which like for me, that's where I find success. I look for where my models agree. It's super simple. It's again, those green stars make it easy for my eyes to just go and check that. But that's kind of that user behavior we're trying to help people create. Yeah,
and look, I'm a trend better, so I mean, this really fits my eye. Like I love modeling for this reason. I'm just not very smart, as Dave says. I don't know the math, so Rhythm's great for me because I just want to go ahead and have an opportunity to look at this and go, okay, I'm going to value this, I'm going to value that. It is cool though, because like if you move one category, it affects other categories.
Yep.
So it's a sliding scale when you start to you tell the model I want to value X more or 3-pointers more. It moves your offensive efficiency. It moves things around. So it's pretty easy to use.
Yeah, exactly. And we're always trying to add things to simplify it too. So, it's continuously getting better, but yeah, it's again, once you press the add Rhythm AI button, you just get recommended bets for every single game. Like it's as simple as that. So it's one click and then you can have action on any game that's going on that night. And continue your question from earlier. So it's the bracket generator.
Yeah,
then it's golf which will be amazing because we'll have Live, we'll have PGA Tour, and that'll be out for the Masters. And then what we're thinking, and again, we're not positive about this yet, but so predictive modeling for the NHL and MLB is a little bit more difficult just because, again, where we're at as a business and where we need to scale, we probably need to hire some more data scientists to do it the right way. That's on our roadmap. But what I think we're going to try to do before that is to have Rhythm kind of be a place where people can come and whether you're getting your predictive models or you're getting some really unbelievable data in a really easy to find fashion, we may help people use that to find trends and see data in a consumable way. So hopefully that's something we'll be able to do for people that are looking for MLB and NHL picks and help. We'll be able to kind of provide data and be a resource. So,
all right, before we go and find my 4 NBA player props for tonight, this is the time you guys pull your phone out. That QR code right at the top will help you download the Rhythm application, scan for a 14-day trial, data back bets, alternative lines, score predictions, bet smarter with Rhythm. The future of betting is here. You guys can go and get a free trial, check all of it out. Everything that James is talking about here with Rhythm, you guys can go and do so with that QR code. Point your phone at it, hit the button, and it will download the app right to your phone. You guys can go through the sign-up process quick and simple, and you guys can use the Rhythm app that way.
Sorry, it is a 7-day trial now, and I'd send you a new. That's my fault for not sending a new one. And the reason that changed is because before with NFL, it was the 2-week. It was 2 weeks to give people more time to see the bets. With NBA, it's a little bit different because you can kind of see things on a nightly basis.
Right. Okay. So 7-day trial now that you'll get with that. So thank you for that. We'll edit that for next week. But that QR code still works to take it to the app. All right. I need 4 plays tonight.
All right.
Let's talk about what we can see here. Where is your eye going? What is your What is your thought on this? Because there's a bunch of games tonight to get into.
All right. So I have 3 predetermined that I'm using for this is for like Rhythm's best bets or best props today. And then we'll pick one live on air as well. So I'm going to start. Ready? Over 1.5 threes. Brandon Ingram plus 100.
Wow, that's
So
even money? Really? In a game against the Pacers? Really?
See, this is again, so Rhythm predicts 2.1, but that's one of those where, again, to me, I'm pretty sure Brandon Ingram's going to probably put up 4 to 6 shots tonight. I'm assuming that'll probably hit at least 2.
DK has it at plus 105. Over 1.5
So-
threes for Ingram is plus 105.
Yep. So that's one of the best props we saw today, and I think that's tremendous value there. And then I have another one that is tremendous value that's also plus money and also over half 3-pointers. And this is one that's hit the last 3 or 4 nights. Giannis over half threes. So Giannis needs 1 3. He's been hitting at least 1 3. I think it's been 4 games in a row. So that's a plus money. Feel comfortable saying that. And I think
that's even money for him. It's funny. I'm on the under in that game just because the Bucks are an under machine. But I wonder. Let's see for Giannis.
Welcome to Doc Rivers experience. That's what happened.
You guys are. It's funny. I love talking to Sixer fans about Doc because I feel the same way. I mean, I love Doc. He won a championship with the Celtics, but it's still funny. You're like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about Doc Rivers. He's not really someone I'm looking up to.
Well,
let's see.
Brett Brown was frustrating, but he was endeared, right? Like you liked him, and I'm not trying to give too much about Doc Rivers here, but he wasn't like he was just not likable in the sense that you weren't successful and he wasn't endearing to the community of Philadelphia. So it was just kind of like, all right, buddy.
Is this right? So according to ESPN stats and information, Giannis has only missed 1 3 in the last 4 games. He went 2 for 2 in the last game, 1 for 1, 1 for 2, and 1 for 1.
Yep.
And all we need him to do is hit 1.
Yeah, and if you look, I was looking at the same stuff this morning. And again, this could be amazing when that's all in the app, so you can just press it in real time and see. Which that's again coming hopefully later tonight. But yeah. So again, he's been hitting consistently. Seems like he's finding a stride post All-Star break. So hopefully, again, he only needs 1. So hopefully Giannis hits a 3 for us pretty early on, and you can ride that one into the sunset.
Wow. So Ingram went 1 for 5, 3 for 7, 2 for 6 his last 3 games. That's good usage. That's a high. He's taken the threes. So
that's the
big.
volume. Volume is what I look for. I'm like, because percentages, it's gonna ebb and flow, but you're shooting 5 to 7 per game, and you haven't made 3+ in a few nights. You're probably gonna hit 3+. Like LeBron had 7 threes the other night. You see that?
Right. Like, he scored 21 in the fourth quarter to lead that team to come back. And then what's the third one you like?
Jakob Perrault, under 2.5 blocks and steals, also plus money, plus 105.
What team does he play on? Because I do not know.
The Raptors.
Raptors
Warriors tonight.
Warriors. We're going under 2.5 blocks, you said?
Blocks and steals.
Blocks and steals. We're doing a player combo for blocks and steals. Is that plus money?
Plus money, plus 105.
He just has to walk onto the court and play. Make sure he plays tonight. If he plays, we may be okay on that.
He doesn't even need to play, does he?
He has to play. He has to. For a prop to be live, the player must be on the court. He'll play 1 minute. Plays 1 minute, he's live.
Like 6 minutes per game. I mean, that's plenty of time to either do a ton of damage or do absolutely nothing. So, all
right. So I like your first 2. I'm going to trail you on the first 2. Let's find a third one, though, that we can grab onto here. Any thoughts on Dallas and Boston? Because that's going to be the marquee game of the night.
Yeah.
And we're going to see if Luka plays. I think Dallas could be a team to watch out for. I don't think Luka goes for 60, but Luka might be able to put some points on the board tonight against Boston.
Yeah. I mean, what kind of bet do you want? You tell me.
Let's keep it with the 3-pointers. Is there a 3-point bet in that game that you guys like?
Yep. We got a few. So we got Luka over 3.5. So I'm gonna read them off to you, the ones that are green starred here.
Okay, good.
Luka over 3.5 at minus 130.
Like it.
Jalen over 1.5 at minus 167.
Oh, wow. Under. How about that? Okay.
Somebody that I really personally am not a huge fan on here, Al Horford. Over 1.5 3-pointers plus 145, which is good value, but again, I honestly hope he bricks every single one.
I love Al Horford.
And then I think somebody said Derek White.
Yes.
See, Derek White over 2.5 at minus 115. And then let
Yeah,
somebody else say
I don't like the Horford one. I don't like. He does not shoot enough threes for me. He does take about 2 a game, but he'll need to hit both of them for you to hit that prop. So that does scare me just a little bit. But the Luka over 3.5 isn't bad.
because again, volume. Like he's taking 10 threes a night. So it's like you're like, all right, unless he's really hungover from his 25th birthday, then
well, he did go 1 for 8 last game against the Raptors. So he's gonna be pissed off about that.
I was just gonna say he's pissed.
Yeah, he went 6 for 11, 4 for 8, and 6 for 11 in the 3 games after he went 1 for 6 in the All-Star game and 1 for 8 against the Spurs before the All-Star game. So I like that Luka over 3.5. It's a little juicy, but I like that a lot for over 3.5. That's very cool. You like another one?
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the questions. Drew's rebounds, didn't see any. There was nothing that stood out there for us. We say stay away. Okay. And then the Derek White, we have under 1.5 blocks and steals. Now that has a caution sign, but it's at plus money. So if you feel really comfortable in that one, that's one you can take. Like it does bring that one to your attention, but that's one we're saying like do a little bit more research to feel comfortable in that one. Very
cool. Very cool. My friend, thank you. Do me a favor, give out the socials because you guys are now doing a lot of cool things with daily picks on your socials that people can go if they just to get an example of what Rhythm's doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the chat as well. So
okay, cool.
At bet_rhythm. And then we're starting. We have a bunch of new creators that are starting to work with us and a bunch of new content. So follow us. We're trying to help the community and have some fun doing it. And I also have to give a big shout out real quick.
Sure.
It's the last game ever at Tom Gola Arena at LaSalle University tomorrow. So I want to give a big shout out to Tom Gola Arena. I've personally put holes in the wall, throwing bullpens in there. I've stormed the court twice there in the same game, which was sick. And it's going to be a shame. It's looks like a high school gym and it gets loud as hell when it's filled up, but they're redoing it and it's going to be pretty cool. So go Explorers and rest in peace, Tom Gola Arena.
James, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next week. All right.
Cool. Great seeing you guys. Have a good
James
weekend.
Intor from Rhythm joining us here on the Bostonian versus the Book. Good to get him on. And let's go directly to the playing field.
What's up?
Where the one and only the Book, Mr. Dave Sharapan, is live from the game.
Yes.
How are you? How tired are you? And did you fly Spirit to Virginia?
A lot of questions there. I did fly Spirit. First of all, great to see you.
You too.
It's about 44 degrees right now. I'm a little bit cold. Yes, Spirit was Spirit. I got there and the line was so long that I started just yelling and saying, I'm going to miss my flight. I think I'm going to miss my flight. And these people were looking around like, what is this guy doing? And I finally got someone and I said, what time is your flight? They said 11:30. I said, mine's at 10. I'm not going to make it. Can I go in front of you? No. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. So I walked around the lines, the stanchions and everything, and I found the woman with a Spirit outfit. And I said, excuse me, can I go to the front of the line here? I'm going to miss my flight. And she goes, who told you to? I said, that lady over there. She goes, sure. I just made it up.
Good for you.
She took me right to the front. This woman said, what are you doing? I said, I need this bag. I did everything I'm supposed to do, but you have to physically take the bag. If you don't do it, I'm going to stand in this line. They had one auto bag taker.
Right. Yeah.
Right? And 1,000 people in line. So I gave her $20. She took my bag and I got on the plane. Afterward, once we got on the plane, I hit the jackpot. The seat next to me was empty.
Beautiful.
So it was, you have to watch my back. If I get a foul ball, I
everyone's saying this in the chat. They're saying you can't be looking, your back turned to the plate's a bad idea.
I know. Well, I mean, I can turn like this, but I'm not really looking. I'll do that. All right.
It's safer.
So
yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
At least a ball comes at you, you can duck.
And there's some screamers that have been coming. But yeah, so the flight was good.
Conversation today with E.
Right. Yeah. I don't want to catch one of those. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to rewatch it. That's great. I can't wait. You got Emerson and you got James. I mean, this is a great show. I can't wait to rewatch it. Yeah, it was good. And then rented a car in Richmond, Virginia. It was 32 degrees when I landed. I could see my breath Forgot about how cold that was again. And I'm like, oh my God. Pleasant drive to Murfreesboro, North Carolina.
Are you really 30 minutes from a hospital? How middle of nowhere are you?
I'm in the middle. I swear. Listen, it was a lot of nothing in between Richmond and here. A lot of nothing.
A lot of deliverance music.
And you know what? I love the Southern drawl, but like this guy started talking to me. I couldn't understand half the words he was saying.
Forget it. No way. Yeah, good luck. No.
He lives right down the street. He was telling me, and he comes here to watch these girls play softball, and he thinks my daughter plays for Chowan, which is the school. Yeah, I said no. My daughter plays for Felicia. He goes, no, that's who they're playing. I'm like, oh, okay. He wasn't understanding me, and I clearly was not making an impression on him. But he said, you're not from around here, huh? And I said, no.
Nope.
No, definitely
the glasses
not.
alone makes you not from around here.
No, absolutely.
The glasses alone.
No, yeah.
How surprised? The chat wants to know how surprised is Kylie.
So I'm sitting in a car. Get through. Oh, damn it. Oh, on and air. Mick's having a day. The other girl that I coached, she's 3 for 3.
Wow.
And she just got on an air, but she's been on base all 4 times. She's having a great day.
Nice.
So I wait until their vans pull up, and she gets out of the car, and she's warming up as a pitcher. So she's in that nasty mode, like she's got her headphones on, and she gets out, and I could tell she's been told that she's warming up and all this other stuff. So I walk up behind her, and I said, hey. She didn't hear me. So I tap her on the shoulder, and she turns like it was one of her teammates. And like she's going to kill the person that tapped her. And she turns, and she's like, bro, what the hell are you doing here? And I just started laughing. I said, hey. And she's like, oh, my God.
That's amazing.
She's like, I can't believe you came here. And I'm like, well, I'm here the whole weekend. She's like, wow. And then Mick got out of the van and was like, Coach Dave, what are you doing here? This is awesome. You know,
Nice.
And then Coach Phil and Jimmy, the 2 coaches, were like, dude, you came from Vegas for this? I'm like, yeah, can I get a hat? And they said, yeah, we're working on it. So
we're working on it.
Well, they're gonna get me to merch the whole gear, the top,
whole gear.
Yeah. So we'll be set up.
Have you gone to a Wawa yet?
So immediately upon
Sheets or Wawa, they want to know.
Immediately upon leaving the airport, I pull up to an intersection. There's a Sheets on the left and a Wawa on the right.
Got to pick.
And I'm like, okay. So I tweeted it. I got 50,000 impressions. This is a very divisive object.
Very much so. Yes.
I mean, I thought the come and go was one thing.
No.
And then apparently Buc-ee's is better than everything.
It is.
Okay.
But Buc-ee's is way further west than Sheets or Wawa.
Right. I didn't even know what a Buc-ee's was, but apparently Buc-ee's is really good. But I actually, so there was a little fender bender pulling into Wawa.
Okay.
And granted, it was 6:30 in the morning, and the woman whose car got hit, she was about 68, and she got out pissed off.
Ooh.
And the police had to come. And I was like, all right, I'm parking at Sheets. And I looked at Sheets, and I looked over at Wawa. I crossed the street and went to Wawa and grabbed a breakfast sandwich
Smart
at
move.
Wawa.
Good move.
Yeah, I think the breakfast sandwich, I don't know.
Power move. Wawa's way better. Wawa, I'm sorry, like Sheets.
Really?
Wawa. Yeah, I love Wawa. Yeah, Wawa is way better. The subs are better. The food's better. It's just better. Wawa's much better.
It was, I'm a big fan of the Wawa sandwich, the breakfast sandwich. I got one of those, got in the car, started driving, listened to some music.
So if I fly Chicago, I asked Emerson this question, so I'll ask you the same thing. If I fly Chicago on Spirit, am I taking my life in my own hands?
You have to leave early and get to the airport early. Like 2 hours isn't enough. Because
2 hours isn't enough?
No, because it might take, listen, if they don't staff it, it's not the people's fault that work.
I'm not checking
Spirit.
a bag, though. I'm just going to go with the roller bag. I'm just going to carry one bag myself on. That's it.
I think you're fine.
Going for a weekend.
I think you're fine.
My plan is this, because I'm going to meet a friend of mine in Chicago, but I'm going to go and see my other friends who live in Chicago on Friday morning. I'm going to fly Thursday night, sleep at a hotel at the airport, and then go into the city on first thing in the morning on Friday. My friend won't land. She won't come in until like 8 or 7 or 8 o'clock at night. So I'm gonna spend the day with AC and Christy and their son.
Oh,
so
awesome.
But I can fly for like $100.
It's so cheap and really
I don't care when I land.
it's so So I think you're okay.
All right.
I really do. I mean, just leave early. Like I mean, we made the decision to go late yesterday.
Right.
I finished Sports Grid at 7. Jess didn't get home till 7:30. We left at about 8:10, and the flight was at 10. There was a little bit of traffic around the airport.
So you got there an hour before the flight.
And I got I got out of the car at 8:38. And I was like, okay, this shouldn't be. She's like, Jess is like, it's not going to be a problem. I'm like, look at all those people in there. They're all around the Spirit Gates. I hope I don't miss the flight. If I do, I'll call you. And I walked in and I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to miss the flight. And I couldn't miss the flight because then I would have missed the games. There was one flight.
Right.
So I was like, I got to get there. I got to watch those balls, man. They're lasers. They're lasers.
Smack. Whoa, what's going on? Very cool. So do you want to do Roll Call Friday with you on here? Do you want to roll it? And
I count for 2 states today. I got North Carolina right now, and I landed in Richmond, Virginia. And Mikey Awesome is about 45 minutes away from me where I'm at in Richmond. So I'm hoping Sunday, after they finish their games tomorrow, I'm going to go back. I don't know what I'm going to do Saturday night, but Sunday, hopefully I'm going to hook up with Mikey. I mean, we can do it. I have number. The number had to go down, though, because it's March.
It's off season. So do this,
season.
okay?
Right.
Give us your area code, your city, okay? Load it up. I'm going to put it on the screen. Dave and I'll read it to Dave. We'll talk a little bit as we're going through. We'll talk some different things as we're going on. I want to do a contest today, though. I want to see what state we have the most people in. So I'm not going to keep track today. I'm not going to keep track like I normally do with the map. I'm just going to keep track of the state.
Okay.
And I want to see which state, because there's a little competition going on right now between Pennsylvania,
Iowa,
little Iowa, little bit of what's been going on all over the place. So I'm going to go through and keep track, and I'm going to write down states today and see which state winds up being the most heavily populated for the brigade.
Oh, that girl's hot. Oh,
you can't say that, Dave.
No. Stay hot. That's what I say when you're at the plate and you're 3 for 3. I say stay hot. Yeah. So she's
Just
hot.
say,
that's something different. I know what you mean.
We got to be hot, Mike. Look out.
Hot Mike.
Got to be careful. Okay, let's start it with our friend.
I need
Sonic.
to make a line. I think Iowa's gonna be the favorite. Off the top of my head, Iowa's probably minus 150.
Iowa's
Pennsylvania's
the favorite.
even money. Yeah, they show up every week, Perrault. Indiana's actually the second choice.
No, I think Pennsylvania's going to win it. I think it's going to be actually a rout.
Wow. Okay.
I go with Pennsylvania. All right, we go to Arizona.
New Jersey.
Good to see Sonic. Appreciate it. George Pavlik
973
Hillside.
New Jersey.
You can read this.
As long as you bring it up on the screen.
Okay.
Yeah. Stevie Mack 918 Henrietta, Oklahoma. He's going to be the only Oklahoma representation. Oh, there's JPC the fourth. 313 Detroit. Michigan may make a run here. There's Addison. The Wrench 812 Hoosiertown, Indiana. Second period came to an end. That's okay.
It did.
That's all right. Rainmaker Lou.
My bet cashed.
That was great. I saw that. Listen, I was so excited. I was more excited that you hit all of your bets yesterday. I was so happy. I was like, where are the people now that think you're working for the book? Where are they at? I mean, come in and chat. Say hello.
4-0. Yeah, I went 4-0. Oh, yeah, he must be working for the books. Yeah.
Have him come in. Okay, there's Rainmaker Lou, Sweet Lou, 412, Pittsburgh, PA. Vinny Konowinski.
Well,
there's the 260, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Ooh, Ryan Coot, 660, Tipton, Missouri. Oh, Roper's the only one from 601, Hattiesburg, Mississippi. We never get more than one, but we love you, Roper. Boss, 429, 216, Cleveland, Ohio. This is a dark horse. Hashtag Boyer Mac. You almost got me. Oh, hello. See, look.
There goes the ball. There it is.
See, I told you. Right-handed hitters. I'm down the right field line.
Look out.
Eugene, Oregon. Excellent. Kyle Meyer, 541. Love it. There's Nikki Ciaramillo, associate producer of the show. in Arizona. Eron Sean, what's that say? 703, Centerville, Virginia. That's not far from me, I don't think. Pierre Chevalier, 613, Ottawa, Ontario. Does Canada count as a whole, as a country?
Yes.
Or the province?
Country, whole thing.
Okay.
The whole country.
They may win. Francisco Ochoa, 760, Francisco from Escondido, California. There's Bonvie, 519, Windsor, Ontario. Here come the Canadians. Whitrock, 319, Iowa City, Iowa.
That's our first
50
Iowa.
and cloudy. Man,
That's our
man.
first Iowa. Is that the score? 10-3? Felician's up
Right
10-3?
now, yeah, they opened it up last inning.
How the hell does he know that? How does he know that?
It's on live. You can watch it stream. They're streaming the game right now. Yeah.
That's
Felicia
good,
games, they're streamed from here. Thank you, CBW. He's in upstate New York. They're not going to win. JC from KC, 216, Cleveland, Ohio. There's Covey. Covey is in, where's
Florida.
that say? New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Wait, he's on vacation?
Yeah, he's in Florida.
What the hell? What a life. Keep it up. Keep it up, Covey. There's Woodruff, South Carolina. Andy O, 864.
Arizona's making a run here. That's
Matt Gentry, 480, Mesa, Arizona. That's why we got to go. We have to go to the Final Four. I think people will come. Yeah, I think people will come. Joe Mogan, 615, Nashville, Tennessee. Go Preds.
Yeah, we used his stuff with the Rhythm guys. He sent me. He's been killing it. He went 16-1 using the Rhythm app.
Who?
Joseph Mogan.
Joe Mogan, send the plays.
16-1. He went 16-1. Yeah, he
ask
sent me his
the BVB
screenshot.
at gmail.com. Send the plays. That's outstanding.
Yeah, he killed it.
Oh
Nebraska.
my god. It's up over my head. Yep. Oh, right behind me.
There's the ball.
Corey Macbeth, 402, Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Gorov, 1 star, Las Vegas, Nevada, 702. We don't have many of those right now. Oak Hill, West Virginia, John Serrett, 304. Yes, sir. I think we only got 1 West Virginia. That's okay. There it is. Daniel G, 989, Saginaw, Michigan. Happy March, boys. Officially Izzo month. Relax. Relax, Daniel G. They may not even make it.
True.
Another Iowa. Independence, Iowa. AOWN 319. I was answering the.
Oh, no. He crashed in the middle of Roll Call Friday. Dave crashed. We'll see if we can get him back. I wonder if he had a text message. That's what happens sometimes with text messages. Also, if he's in the middle of nowhere, who knows where he is? Let's see if we can get him back on in just 1 second and see if we can figure that out. That was was his phone crashing or was something else crashing? In the meantime, I can roll through this. I can do, hold on, this. And we can do solo until Dave comes back. It's like the Brady Bunch, only with a solo shot. Okay, where were we? We were going with Joe. Well, Syracuse, Kansas, Tomasek. I think it's how you say, Joe. We're going. That's 2 Kansases coming in with us. TP, are you with me? Seattle, Washington, another one coming in for that. Let's see. Saskatchewan, Scotty, what's up? Bartholomew, thank you for being here. It's always awesome to see Alaska come in here. The Jade Albets family. Wife is heading to softball practice right now. 401 in St. Michael's, Maryland. Another PA, although PA only has 2 at the moment. Chris Otto, always great to see you. Another Arizona. That is 4. What was the number on Arizona winning Roll Call Friday if that actually does wind up happening? John, you were in Greens, another PA. Here we go. There's a third PA coming in. John, 724 in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. Lennox, Crimmage, Ontario. That is our 3rd Canadian. You guys are all one state in a lot of ways. Andy, what's up? Local with us here in Vegas. That is our 2nd Vegas person popping in. Fort Washington, Pennsylvania. Here comes the PA. Now Arizona with 4, Pennsylvania with 4. Oswego, New York, upstate New York. That is, man, we might get to a big number here. What happened to Dave? Dave, don't make fun of Dave. His phone just went. It happens. Things happen. Prince Edward's Island in Canada. George Mason, what's up? That's our 4th Canadian here. Roanoke, Virginia, kind of close to Dave, where Dave, well, he was before his phone decided to die on it. VA, do I have any? Oh, there's Virginia. 2nd Virginia person coming in here. Dayton, Ohio. That is our 3rd person from Ohio coming in. What's up, John? The Juice, Arizona. 5 in Arizona so far. Woo. Did not see that coming, guys. That's awesome. That's a state that we haven't really tracked recently, and that's really neat to see. Fourth person coming in from Iowa. What's up, Jim Johnson? Biggie J27, Ohio, 740, Urechville, Ohio. Interesting. Sports Avenger, always here. Thank you. That's our fifth person from Pennsylvania. The flatbread pizza at Sheets. People are very passionate about that. That's a big fight. Cedar Rapids, Iowa. What's going on, Jerry Klosserman? Thank you for being here. We always appreciate it. That's 5 for Iowa. Coralville 319, area code 319. You see, I need the city sometimes, guys, but 319 is that is Iowa. Another Iowa. Okay. I should know that. I used to live there. What was my area code when I lived in Iowa? I can't remember. It was Central Iowa. Cincinnati. What's up, Steve? How are you coming in? That's another fifth for Ohio. Minnesota checking in. I think we found Dave. I think Dave just ran. Oh, did your phone die?
Yes. Everything died.
Your phone died.
It crashed. Well, I haven't charged it yet. So I've been going nonstop, and I forgot. I mean, I had it in the charger in the car, and I was like talking. I was winning, huh?
No. It's 5 Arizona, 5 Pennsylvania, 5 Ohio, and 6 for Iowa.
5 Ohio.
Yep. So
that's representation.
Oh yeah. So we're rolling here on this. So let's pick it back up again to see where we are. Can you see, Dave?
Aberdeen, South Dakota, 605 Black Pearl.
This is kind of crazy. So we're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 27 states so far and 3 countries. And we're only about halfway done.
Did Vinko check in?
From Croatia?
Yeah.
Not yet. No.
Not yet.
But,
okay. Right.
But Sydney, Australia is here.
Tim Kuleras, 2000, Sydney, Australia. My man. Keep showing up for the live show. Tim, what the hell time is it there?
Seriously.
It's Saturday. What time? It's a day in advance, but it's
early.
It's late, right? Oh, no, it's late. I think it's the middle of the night.
Oh, it's back. They're back. Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
There's PB 941, Venice, Florida. 79 is sunny. I would kill for 79 right now. I can't feel my fingers.
It's gorgeous.
Seal to Wop 949, Seal Beach, California. What is scouting for permits to open beachside Green Door?
Oh, we had a long talk with the Green Door. I told 2 stories I've never told you before. You're gonna go back and watch about 2 very, very awkward sex places I was in my life. One in New Orleans, and one in California. Yeah,
I can't wait to watch the show.
Everyone was like, "Why did bonus time start the show?" I was like, Dave's not here. It's like a substitute teacher. You just all hell.
We're never getting off late.
Not at the start of that show. Not at the start of the show today. Nope. I talked about one of my friends who was married. I suddenly learned that he had a fetish for African American women, and I had no idea. And he wound up dragging me to a sex club in New Orleans at 3 a.m. when I was slam drunk on.
Whoa.
And I left him there, and I don't know what happened, but he came back out all disheveled and all crazy. And I was like,
left them there?
I don't want any part of it. It was not my scene. It was dirty. There were mattresses everywhere. It was nasty. What
was the name of the place?
I have no idea. I couldn't. I realized I was so drunk. I just followed everybody, and then I realized, oh no, where am I? I gotta get out of here. I was like, I'm in a bad spot.
And you left?
I left, and I left him there, and I don't know what he did afterwards, but he came back and he looked like
you made it home.
Yeah, it was one of those dark alleys in New Orleans that you don't come back from sometimes. So yeah, and I didn't know it was 2 a.m. I was probably 15 drinks in. I didn't know where I was. I was 28. I was absolutely wasted. There's another Iowa.
Oh, Chris Kramer 319. 319 is Iowa. Like it's caught. Right. 319. I love it. Percy Roscoe 216 Cleveland. I made it. Yes, you did, Percy. That's help Ohio. There's another Woodridge, Illinois.
That's a
first ripping teacher 630. Thank you, sir. School must be over. Yeah, school's over for him. That's good. Matt Brewster 970 Northeast Colorado. Sneaky. We got sneaky Colorados. 404 the ATL, Atlanta, Georgia.
PA.
I-97, you know it. 717 Lancaster, PA. Hey, she plays at Shippensburg. I don't know how far away, but it's close. It's in Pennsylvania. He said, let him know she plays in Pennsylvania. They play in Pennsylvania in March, but you know how that could go. It could be snowed out. Uh-oh. Social giant with the beard like Tyke. Our buddy Tyke, who was on the show, he's down at Arizona for spring training. Central Iowa, 515. There's Johnny Parlay, always checking in. JR 33312, 702 Vegas. Johnny Parlay ready for Ohio State, Cal, Pitt, and Oklahoma at LV Ballpark this weekend. Listen, you got to hold it down for me. I was going to go on Saturday night. I'm going to be here in North Carolina. 949 Riverside, SoCal DGen 62, partly cloudy, lovely day. Yeah, I wish it was 62. We're not since 62.
Do you have a scouting report on showing? That's
that's the host school, and they housed Bowie State early.
Ooh.
They have the 3, 4, 5 hitters can mash, and I don't think the girl that pitch is going to pitch. But if the girl that pitched the first game is pitching the second game, I'm going to tell all the right-handers they got to get their toes on the line because she paints that outside corner. I watched the last 4 innings of that game.
There's another.
There's winning in Las Vegas. Hello, dear. 702 in the house. Another Vegas person. Thank you for being here as always.
All right. So that, unless anyone else wants to roll in here, that's 34 states.
Good number.
That's 4 countries.
Okay.
And there's another Mississippi. Wow. How about
Hello?
that? There's 2 Mississippis.
Perrault.
That's
601.
That's 2
There's
Mississippis.
One area code in Mississippi. I thought there was only one area code for the whole state.
I have no idea. I'm guessing there's 2. It's a big state. So I'm guessing there's 2, probably 3.
Guess there's not a lot of people though. So
yeah, but like there's a big difference. Like the middle part of the state where like Jackson, Mississippi is, and then you go to the southern part of the state. The northern part's Tunica. Southern part is where is that what's on the water on Mississippi, where all the boats are, how the gambling is. Forgetting. Yeah, but I'm guessing there's 3. My gut there's gonna be 3. They're different ones. 228 on the coast. Yeah, there's 3. The 3 area codes in Mississippi. That makes sense. So that's 34 states, and the winner, Biloxi. Thank you. That's what it is. I was like, trying to think what on the coin. Iowa, 8 for Iowa, 6 for Pennsylvania and Ohio, 5 for Arizona. That's a hell of a showing for Arizona, by the way.
Wrong. Where's Indiana? Guys didn't show up today.
3.
That's it.
Way down. They got beat. They got beat by a bunch.
Or in Indiana, they didn't show up today. They're busy. Look, they're getting ready for basketball. I mean, it's go time. You got to have a million plays for tomorrow. You have to.
Oh, there's Massachusetts. There we go. There's another one. There's 35 states. 35 states.
Long Meadow, Mass.
Out by me. Out by my brother. Yeah, it's Western Mass. That's very cool.
That's country. That's like out in the country.
Kinda, if you want to call that country. I mean, it's more.
I am out in the country.
You are in the country. Yes, where you are in Virginia. Yeah, you are in the country.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, they write country music songs about where you are.
Yeah, right.
You got a lot of pickup trucks. You got a lot of farms.
Guy said to me, I said he came back with McDonald's, and I was like, "Is that close?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's down there and turn right." He goes, "There's an Italian restaurant down there too called Napoli's. Napoli's is good." And I'm thinking, probably is. That's good. I'm not going to Napoli's. No chance that I'm going to an Italian restaurant in Murfreesboro, North Carolina.
But if you see a barbecue sign and it's the dirtier, the dingier, the grimier, the better. You pass one, walk into if you find a dirty, dingy barbecue joint.
It said smoky barbecue something. And I was like, it's one of them places that Perrault talked about. It's probably delicious. But it's scary to go in.
So scary. By yourself too? Yeah, most likely it's going to have like picnic tables inside. Like not like seats and tables, but like there's like picnic tables, and mostly it's gonna have all your condiments like all against a wall, and they're all plastic forks, and they're all plastic spoons, and they're all plastic knives. Like it's just one of those places that you just go like, oh yes, boiled peanuts is the other good sign too. You see someone with boiled peanuts, you may want to go ahead and grab onto. And yes, the scarier normally means the better. It is true. Yes. Scarier the joint, most
I'd
likely the better.
Here, so you can kind of navigate. I
Yeah.
feel a little out of my element.
You're a little out of your element.
A little out of my element.
You're wearing
you're
wearing Oakley's in a brightly colored blue jacket. You are really out of your element.
Yeah, a little bit.
They see you coming from a mile away and go, "You ain't from around here, boy, are you?"
Not at all. No. That's why I'm afraid. Like, I'm not sure I'm walking in anywhere like this. I got to get the low key stuff on.
Yeah, you gotta you gotta turn the dial down a little bit.
Turn
there.
it down. No doubt. Yeah.
You gotta turn that dial out. So, what's the plan for the rest of the weekend? Is there a second game today?
Yeah. So they got a second game right now, and then I'm probably taking her out to dinner.
Good.
And, hopefully, the coach he's really good guy. I mean, he gets it. Like, he was surprised I was here. So hopefully if there's a curfew, like, we'll go out to dinner. Apparently the team hotel where they checked in last night.
Yeah.
They walked in to check in and walked out. It was so bad. So they found another one, and one of the rooms had a cat in the room. Like, so.
Oh, you
Kylie
really are in the country. Holy
Kylie
mother.
said to me, get a place not where we're staying and get 2 beds, and I'll sleep in your room so I can sleep, because apparently they were all like, worried about bugs, and there was a cat in her teammate's room, like 2 doors or 3 doors down. So they were all freaked out. But they played the game for, I don't think they got much sleep. So tonight is just chill and dinner, and then, they got 2 games tomorrow. I'll say goodbye to her. I'm probably going to go back and read and just hang out, like, enjoy 24 hours by myself. It's a therapy cat. It is, Mikey, but they didn't know it was there. It jumped out from underneath the covers on the other bed.
The cat is an upcharge.
It is, George.
All right, before we wrap the show, and I wanted to give oh God.
What happened? What?
One of my good friends' dad just died. Damn. Whoa.
Got a text?
Yeah. Damn.
Suddenly?
Okay, I don't know. He was sorry. He just hit my phone and just said, I just want to tell you my dad just passed away. Whoa. Okay, I'll deal with that later. The Iowa State gambling scandal has been thrown out of court.
Tell me. So I saw your tweet, and I got pissed off immediately. And I thought, what the hell happens now? Because
just to bring everybody up to speed, prosecutors in Iowa are dismissing the charges against former Iowa State student athletes in the DCI sports gambling case. Those players, there's 4 of them who played for Iowa State. It's been dismissed due to newly discovered evidence. The state no longer believes further prosecution in this matter is in the interest of justice. The defendant consents to dismissal of the case with costs assessed to the state. Defendant has agreed to withdraw the motion to suppress.
What does that mean, counselor?
It means they fucked these kids over. That's what it means.
So it's over? Like,
it's over, but
like, oh, sorry. Like,
yeah, whoops. Sorry. Whoops. Like, are you like, that's what I said.
Can those kids get that year of eligibility back?
They might, but they're going to sue everyone. I mean, everyone is getting sued. I mean,
they get money. I mean, they'll win, right?
They have to win. I mean, I don't know the full details. I'm just reading it off of what's been reported so far as to what this new evidence that came through that popped here. But I mean, I just don't understand how in the world this is just the most embarrassing thing for the state to have these things come through, and they drop the charges against Iowa State, but not the Iowa ones. And there's kids who have already pled guilty in this investigation.
Oh, wait. It's only the Iowa State ones?
Right now, it's only the Iowa State kids, not the Iowa kids, just the Iowa State kids.
Well, how can that be? That the Iowa kids got to get it dismissed too, right? Like,
I would assume so, but there's Iowa kids who pled guilty, who pled guilty to the charge.
Well, they were told to do that.
Correct. To have it go away, plead guilty. They told them, plead guilty. This will go away. I mean, I don't know. It's it doesn't involve every single kid that's been listed, but like the starting quarterback, the freshman kid, he's not listed on this. This is not every single one of them, but it's against 4 of the former student athletes and maybe more coming potentially, but the 4 that them listed on this, I don't know. We need more detail on it, but wow.
I saw it and I was like, okay, one, the kids did get a year taken away from them. Some got in trouble, permanent record, whatever, mark, all this other stuff. For what?
Yep.
We said it when it happened. All right. So what did they do? All right. They were underage gambling. Well, how did they catch them? Well, it wasn't really right the way they caught them. Well, then just absolve it all.
Okay, so here it is. So it's more than just that. It's more than just the 4 that I mentioned. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 Iowa State players, Iowa athletes who have had their charges dropped. So they've all been dropped. Iowa athletes included.
It was such a weird situation. And now it just poof. Oh, sorry, we screwed up.
And it's got to be pretty bad because every story I'm reading on this, they're not saying why. They're not saying why they dropped the case. Like the guy that only thing that makes sense is the guy that got the geo-target warrant was unauthorized. That it was an unauthorized search and seizure, essentially. Like how he obtained the information was not allowed, was illegal. So the whole case goes out the window.
It's a debacle because it set precedent.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the NCAA has yet to release a statement on the drop charges, but they all lost a year of eligibility or more.
What can they say?
Well, they can give the kids a year back.
Release a statement. Like, what should what they should say is we got to give these kids a year of eligibility back, reinstate them all. No?
In a post that came out from the lawyers, they said that DCI used Cabana to place a warrantless geofence around the freshman and sophomore dorm at the University of Iowa to investigate underage gambling without tips, complaints, or evidence that underage gambling was occurring. Cabana is a software used for data visualization. A geofence is a visual fence or perimeter that can be used to track digital movement within its boundaries. So, like, this guy literally just went on a fishing expedition. Like, he just was like, let's draw it around this and let's draw it around that and let's see what happens without asking for permission from anybody.
It's a little alarming, is it not?
It's extremely alarming. It's extremely alarming. I mean, and you're going after college kids on top of that. It's not like you're going after somebody like place of business or something. Like, you're going after kids. Like, their parents are going to be
right. Like they could geo Cabana, a bar,
anyone,
a casino, your house, anything. If it's that easy,
yeah. I mean, this kid lost a year. He was a senior, and his chance of getting drafted. I mean, the amount of money they're going to have to pay these kids out is extreme. I mean, they're gonna rename the police department after the University of Iowa football players. Like, they're gonna come after everything.
I can't say that they're wrong.
I would agree. No, I think they're I mean, it's insane that this is just going to go away quietly. Like, oh, all right, sorry. Like, what do you mean sorry? Like, how in the hell do you do this?
Bad. It's really bad. And it's bad because, like, what if you get in trouble? Ideally, you get, learn a lesson. Everybody learns a lesson. The lesson here is don't talk to anybody ever.
Well, I mean, your point is really accurate. I mean, the kids were told by the police, like, hey, go ahead and tell us what happened.
Right.
Admit to it. It goes away. It's not a big deal. And then the NCAA came in and said, oh, really? You did that? You're ineligible. You're ineligible. You're ineligible. The kids are like, the police told me to do this. I was told to admit to this. And you got it illegally? Remember the guy this goes to the parents. Remember, a kid was betting under his mom's account. Like, it's not just the kid's privacy we're talking about. It's the parents' privacy also that they were raiding. Oh, man, there's so many layers to this. It's so bad.
Team total dropped 3 wins.
Yeah, it did. Yep.
It was
8-5.
That was like, I mean, so much went on individually with each person that got in trouble, but then further along, Whitrock says, I don't think this is going away quietly. Yeah, lots of angry people here in Iowa. There should be. That's bad.
I mean, you play with the football program, you play with the basketball program, you better be coming with locked evidence, like completely and totally. You are cinched
ironclad.
Ironclad. There's no daylight. There is no air between you and the charges, and it is going to stick to everyone. And this feels like a guy who just decided that he wanted to go bust college kids. Man, I agree. A line of attorneys in Ames licking their chops, going like, we are coming after you. Interesting. I'm not sure the NCAA gets sued. I don't know if they get sued. It's going to be Iowa, though. The government's going to get sued. There's no debate on that.
The Department of Gaming, whatever that is in Iowa.
Whoever he worked for, right? Whoever the cop
worked for. Right, which is then ultimately
DCI, Department of Correction Institute.
They're buried. They're going to get, how did you not know this guy was doing this?
Yeah, Department of Criminality of Iowa. I think that's what it stands for. DCI is their version of the FBI, state version of the FBI.
Whew. It's Problem Gaming Month, by the way.
Is it really? It's also Women's History Month. I didn't know it was Problem Gaming Month.
March 1st is.
Why is it February? Wouldn't February be a smarter time because of Super Bowl than March Madness?
March Madness is bigger. I mean, with 4 days of semi Super Bowl handle each day, maybe. I don't know, but it's March. I land in Richmond, Virginia, and the first sign I see walking the baggage claim is a sign for a sports book as it's rotating and the gambling stuff. And then the Virginia lottery is a big deal. And, the kiosks, and you can get this. Then I get in a car and I'm driving and I cross over into North Carolina and I flip the stations and I found the North Carolina station. I heard an ad for FanDuel, DraftKings, MGM, and Caesars just on the drive here because the launch is March 11th.
Yep.
They're pre-registering people
in North Carolina. You're in Virginia.
No, I'm in North Carolina.
Oh, I thought you were okay. Sorry. Yeah.
I landed in Virginia and I drove down. Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay.
When I crossed over, I could not believe it. Whoops.
Woo! Hey, falling down.
We're back.
Hi.
I'm sorry, I had it sitting there. It was incredible. I was like, wow. This is what happens. I haven't been in a state right at launch. It is, they bought all the ads.
Yep.
Talk about, this was just an FM radio station.
Oh, yeah. Guy oriented? Rock?
Right.
Was it rock? Rock oriented? Country? What was the format?
R&B, rap and R&B.
Okay, same thing. Yep. It's all male. Anything to do with men or women or people 25, 54. Dumping cash on the table, going, how many ads can I buy? I'm buying it all. I want them all. Yeah, it's a race. I mean, literally, because when it happens like in a political campaign, there's laws to protect, like you can't go back to back and you can't have, like there's laws.
Oh.
You could just go gambling. You take as much as you want.
That's right. That's what they did because the drive was an hour and a half, maybe total. And when I got into North Carolina, about halfway through, I flipped to this station and found it, and it was back to back to back to back break.
So
what?
Your daughter's pitching the second game. She's in the lineup for the in the 8-hole.
Yes.
So you got to go. We're almost done here. So before we let you go, just real quick here.
Yep.
A bunch of you guys have. Why isn't that not working? Did I freeze?
It's working. No, it's up.
There it is. Okay. So a bunch of you have emailed, okay? Send me your emails if you want the room code information. Ask the bvb@gmail.com. Send the email to me. I will send you back a code. Now, the first couple we sent out, there's a little bit of a discrepancy as to what's going on. So we got to work on the back end a little bit on this, but still send us the emails. You'll get it over the weekend for me. Ask the bvb@gmail.com for room code information if you want to stay at Resorts World for BVB weekend. A lot of you are pointing out that you don't have to stay at Resorts World to come to the weekend. That's 100% true. You can stay at multiple other places here in Las Vegas. There's tons of places to go and stay here. But if you want to stay at Resorts World, ask the bvb@gmail.com. I will email you back a room code for that. So ask the bvb@gmail.com. Send an email.
Excellent. Is it working or not yet?
There's some question on it, so we got to
Okay.
figure this out. I sent out a couple, and it came back, and people were like, "Wait a minute, what is this?" And I said, "Okay, there's a little bit of an issue on the back end, so we got to fix that." So we will fix that for this coming weekend. So this is perfect. We're right at the end of the show. 1:40 in. Everyone, we're saying goodbye at once. Dave's gonna go watch softball. This worked. Travel safe back to Vegas, Dave. We'll see you on Monday.
Baby.
Back here in town, back on a Monday for us. You'll see me on Sports Grid later on tonight with Adam Kaufman, and then on Saturday as well with Joe Ranieri.
Yes, sir. I'll watch you.
Roll Call Friday. Thank you for being here, guys. We'll talk to you on Monday for another episode of BVB.